Sean "Diddy" Combs in court. $50 million bail and recording scandal. Hip-hop mogul and billionaire Sean "Diddy" Combs is back in the spotlight, but this time not for his chart-topping hits, rather for legal battles. Today, he will again attempt to secure release on a $50 $1 million bail while awaiting trial on charges of human trafficking and racketeering. Prosecutors remain firmly opposed to the request, and the controversy surrounding his personal recordings is only adding fuel to the fire. Diddy's attorneys aim to present their client as a disciplined billionaire willing to pay a fortune to secure his release. However, prosecutors see it as a tactic that could potentially threaten the safety of witnesses, raising moral and legal questions. Imagine being a witness in a case against such a powerful figure, with the possibility that some of his recordings contain leverage against you. It feels more like the plot of a crime thriller than a real-life court case. As for the recordings, if they are indeed protected by attorney-client privilege, how did they become a tool for the prosecution? Or does this point to flaws in the justice system itself? One thing is certain, this is more than just a court case. It's a spectacle that promises to keep everyone on edge for some time, and we, as onlookers, can only wonder whether this story will conclude in the courtroom or in the next round of sensational headlines. Scott Bessent, Trump's new hope for Treasury Secretary. Newly elected President Donald Trump continues to surprise with his staffing decisions. This time, the position of Treasury Secretary has been offered to someone who undoubtedly knows how to handle money. Meet Scott Bessent, an investor, educator, and founder of Key Square Group. But the question remains, can his American dream be the solution for the U.S. economy? Let's face it, despite his impressive resume, Scott Bessent is someone who has excelled at profiting from global financial crises. The question is whether he can now use his expertise to build and stabilize rather than simply capitalize on the missteps of others. Additionally, his close ties to elite circles, including the Board of Trustees at Rockefeller University and membership in the Council on Foreign Relations, raise questions about whose interests he will truly serve: the everyday American or the global financial establishment. Trump's trial, witch hunt, or step toward a fresh start? The legal battles surrounding Donald Trump continue, but his team is already celebrating another victory. A New York judge has granted him the right to file a motion to dismiss the case involving 34 charges. Trump's press office has hailed this as a decisive blow against the years-long witch hunt. But is it really that straightforward? It's amusing to watch how every procedural detail is spun into a decisive victory. The case remains open, yet Trump's team, following the playbook of PR, frames this as a complete triumph. For them, it seems the focus is less on the legal outcome and more on crafting the right narrative for their supporters. As for the witch-long witch hunt, this phrase has become a universal defense. But honestly, the entire saga feels more like a series of events that seem to have chosen Trump as their central figure. After all, becoming the first U.S. president in history to face criminal charges is undoubtedly a unique milestone, no matter how scandalous it may be. But how will this story end? Will Trump manage to have the case dismissed, or will it become a shadow haunting his presidency? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. There's much more interesting content ahead.